Welcome to our urgent guide on what to do when a debt crisis hits and income collapses. We will walk through immediate practical steps to defend against foreclosure and repossession, generate cash fast, and fix the single income vulnerability. Let's begin calmly and act decisively. First, a brief but important disclaimer. Nothing in this video constitutes legal, financial, or tax advice. Everyone's situation is different, and laws and options vary by location and lender. Please consult a qualified attorney, a HUD-approved housing counselor, or a certified financial professional to confirm the right steps for you. With that understood, let's preview what we will cover and then dive in. Here's our roadmap. First, we will frame the crisis. Then we will execute 3 pillars: proactive debt defense, relentless income generation, and confronting the single income trap. Next, we cover emergency bankruptcy as a break, compare foreclosure and repossession timelines, and close with resources, a quick knowledge check, and key takeaways. Now, let's set the scene. In a sudden income loss, housing and vehicle security come under immediate threat. Foreclosure typically takes months, but vehicle repossession can occur quickly, sometimes after a short period of delinquency depending on the contract and state law. Your job is to reduce uncertainty by communicating early with lenders and assembling a practical survival plan. Call 211 for local programs that may not appear in standard searches. Keep meticulous records of every conversation, including dates, names, and reference numbers. With the situation framed, let's move into the specific, immediate actions you must take. There are 3 pillars. First, proactive debt defense means contacting lenders right now to request hardship programs, forbearance, payment deferrals, or extensions. Second, you must generate income relentlessly. Fill every available hour with short-term, quick-paying gigs and sell non-essential assets to cover basics. Third, address the fragility of a single-income household by getting a second income stream in motion immediately, even if it means opposite schedules or part-time work. Next, to operationalize Pillar 1, we will visualize how to run your debt defense playbook. This flowchart starts when a crisis is detected and immediately branches into listing all debts and contacting each lender on day 0. If a hardship is granted, you document terms and update your budget and calendar. If it is denied, you escalate by asking for a supervisor. And if still denied, you consult housing counselors, credit counselors, legal aid, or an attorney, and evaluate bankruptcy only if unavoidable. There is a feedback loop to follow up weekly until written confirmation is obtained. The flow also highlights that auto repossession risk climbs around 60 to 90 days delinquent, prompting faster outreach. With the process mapped, let's drill into what to say and how-to time calls to your mortgage and auto lenders. Your script should open with a clear statement of hardship and a request for available relief options, such as forbearance, deferment, or payment extensions. For mortgages, foreclosure is usually a longer process, but you need to initiate assistance immediately and secure written terms. For auto loans, repossession can move quickly. Confirm the lender's extension and repossession policies and get them in writing. Leverage 211 HUD-approved housing counselors and NFCC credit counselors for additional options and leverage. Always summarize call outcomes in an email and save all evidence. Next, let's look at a timing table to guide your first weeks. Use this table to pace your actions. In the first 3 days, call both mortgage and auto lenders. During the first week, submit documents, verify points of contact, and confirm auto repossession policies. Around 30 days, expect delinquency notices and escalate respectfully while involving counselors. By 60 days, risk intensifies, particularly for vehicles. At 90 days, mortgage delinquency is serious and repossession risk is high. From 90 to 120 days, foreclosure timelines diverge by state, while vehicle repossession can occur anytime after default, depending on your contract and jurisdiction. Throughout, maintain communication and diligent documentation. Now that we have defense in motion, let's fuel the plan with cash flow. In crisis mode, your priority is immediate, repeatable cash. Use quick-paying gigs like rideshare, delivery, moving assistance, or local odd jobs. Sell non-essential items to extend your financial runway. Reduce expenses by pausing subscriptions, negotiating rates, and requesting utility hardship programs. Set a daily income target and track progress to maintain momentum. Ensure personal safety with adequate rest and cautious shift selection. Avoid scams that demand upfront fees or push high-cost instant loans. With cash generation underway, we must also decide which bills to pay first. This pie chart prioritizes survival expenses. Housing receives the largest share at 40%, followed by utilities at 20%, transportation at 15%, food at 15%, and minimum debt payments at 10%. The key is to protect shelter and essential services before allocating to unsecured debts or discretionary categories. Next, we will address the structural risk that made this crisis so severe: reliance on a single income. A single income creates fragility. If one partner is not working, the fastest risk reduction is to get a second income started, even with opposite schedules or part-time roles. Consider temp agencies, seasonal roles, and remote microjobs. Coordinate childcare and community support to free up hours. Align expectations that this is a temporary crisis plan meant to stabilize the household. Maintain basic mental health routines to sustain the pace. To clarify why this matters, let's compare single and dual-income households under stress. Single-income households are fragile because one job loss can reduce cash flow to zero, increasing the likelihood of missed payments and slowing savings recovery. Stress also concentrates on one person. Dual-income households introduce redundancy, allowing one paycheck to carry essentials during disruptions. This resilience improves negotiating leverage with lenders and accelerates the rebuild of savings and debt reduction. If redundancy can't be established quickly and debts are spiraling, an emergency legal tool may be necessary. Which brings us to bankruptcy. Bankruptcy can provide an automatic stay that generally stops collection activity, including foreclosure processes and repossession, giving you time to stabilize. Start by consulting a licensed bankruptcy attorney. Many offer free or low-cost consultations. Prepare your income records, expense lists, debt statements, collection letters, and a list of assets. Learn the differences between Chapter 7 and Chapter 13 and discuss costs, timelines, and payment options. If eligible, ask about legal aid. Timing is critical. Acting earlier expands your options and may prevent irreversible events. To plan your moves, let's visualize typical timelines for foreclosure versus repossession. This timeline shows two parallel tracks. For mortgages, the process typically unfolds over months. After the initial missed payment, late notices arrive around 30 days. Loss mitigation intensifies by 60 days. Serious delinquency appears around 90 days, and foreclosure initiation occurs on a state-dependent schedule beyond 120 days, often stretching into multiple additional months. For auto loans, repossession risk escalates rapidly, often becoming significant between 60 and 90 days, though it can occur any time after default depending on the contract and state law. The key across both tracks is early communication and documented agreements. Now, let's test your understanding with a quick quiz. Question: when should you contact your mortgage and auto lenders after an income collapse? Options: A. Immediately before any late notice. B. After the first late notice arrives. C. After 90 days delinquent. D. After your next paycheck clears. You may pause the video now to think about the answer. We will discuss the answer in the next section of the video. The correct answer is A. Immediately before any late notice. Early outreach maximizes your options and reduces the risk of repossession or foreclosure. Next, let's try one more quick question. Question: in an emergency budget, which category should receive the highest priority? Options: A. Housing. B. Entertainment. C. New gadgets. D. Vacation. You may pause the video now to think about the answer. We will discuss the answer in the next section of the video. The correct answer is A. Housing. Shelter and essential services come first in an emergency budget. Now, let's cement the most important takeaways. Remember these anchors. Contact lenders on day zero and insist on written hardship terms. Auto repossession risk intensifies quickly, so secure extensions early. Generate cash relentlessly with a daily target. Prioritize survival expenses before unsecured debts. Add a second income stream to eliminate single income fragility. And if a spiral becomes unavoidable, consult an attorney about bankruptcy and the automatic stay. To wrap up, here's a quick summary and next steps. In summary, remain calm, but move quickly, documenting every step. Execute the 3 pillars: proactive debt defense, relentless income generation, and dual income resilience. Use community and professional resources to expand your options. Consider bankruptcy only as a last resort tool to halt collections and create breathing room. Finally, I have a quick favor to ask as we close. Thank you for watching. If this was helpful, please like the video, share it with someone who needs it today, and subscribe for more practical guides. Tell us in the comments what worked for you, what you are struggling with, and which topics you want next. Stay safe and act early.